Yeah, so Trump faced a major L today, and the federal judge blocked the ending of the Department of Education, and they have to hire back all the people that he fired. So that's
Sounds
really
about
good
right.
news.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
That's what they've consistently had to deal with, isn't it? They fire a bunch of people and it's like, "Oh, wait, no, those people are very important. You need to have them, otherwise we're going to have to shut down everything."
Yeah, the Department of Education is very important because it doesn't just deal with like the curriculum; it deals with like lunches and like after school programs and everything as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not more than like they're teaching our kids this. No, it's how to keep kids safe and how to make sure they're properly fed and have the best systems possible so they can get a proper education. That's really what this is
Absolutely. And that's what
for.
a lot of people don't know. They don't know that a lot of things that you wouldn't specifically know go through the Department of Education. You have specific transit that like school buses. That funding has to go through the Department of Education because it's relegated directly to how students are being transported. So all of that stuff goes to the Department of Education. We actually have to speak with legislative liaisons at the Department of Education when we're talking about funding or issues that impact the Department of Education.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, that's good to know. And I mean, yeah, a lot of it does have to do with funding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what we do in here in Ohio, uh, since we are like the first ones who get informed about the state budget, you know, so for instance, they wanted to cut what is called the public library fund as well as the fair school funding plan. Um,
Okay.
and so, a lot of people don't know what the fair school funding plan is and why it's important and why you shouldn't cut it in, school lunch programs and why they're important and where that money goes and how expensive it is to educate a child in Ohio. And it's just like, even if we get away from talking about that, let's just say, hey, we want to spare no expense when educating our kids, right? You would think
Right.
that that would be something that would be bipartisan, that would be non-controversial, but it's most definitely not.
Which is so backwards because wouldn't you think the parents of the people now that are in office wanted their kids to have the best education
Hey,
possible?
hey, good to see you.
Kind of throwing it away on the future, really.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like there's this tendency to want to live for the now, um, and it comes off as very selfish. And I've spoken to multiple young people, Gen Zers, and they all have this almost nihilistic point of view where they just feel like everything is kind of hopeless and meaningless, and it's we're to blame for that. We're to blame for the fact that they feel like there's no future for them because we haven't set them up for that because we've allowed our previous generations to prioritize themselves and their bottom lines and their profit margins and their success and their excess and at the expense of future generations.
At the expense of our future, which, I mean, a bad education early on could affect innovation and how we run our society going forward.
Hey, I missed you back. It's good to see you as well. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I couldn't agree with you more on that.
I mean, I think some people are way too short-sighted in how they view education and don't see anything in the long run and how it has pretty drastic effects on how everything's being run from teaching to everything like infrastructure and all that as well.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. I mean, one thing that we've talked about specifically when it comes to the work that we're doing right now in the house is just the prioritization of the current majority party. So here in the state of Ohio, we have for anybody who may be in the chat who isn't familiar with how things are set up in the state of Ohio, we have a super majority of Republicans in both the House and the Senate. So it's almost like pretty much what they want to pass and what they want to do, they're likely going to be able to do it. So if they want to pass some budget cuts and some funding cuts, they're going to have a very easy road to do it. So it's like if they have priorities set up that are basically saying, hey, we want to cut Children's Hunger Alliance and we want to cut their budget in half, which is that's not made up. That's something they actually did. They did that in the House. They cut Children's Hunger Alliance, a organization responsible for fighting child hunger and child poverty. They cut their budget in half. And mind you, their budget was only 10 million, which is a drop in the bucket if you compare it to our overall state budget. They cut it in half, more than half, by 60%. It went from 10 million to 4.5 million. And now we have to figure out why their prioritization setup was so skewed because they cut Children's Hunger Alliance, but they found $600 million in bonds to give to the Haslam family for a new Brown stadium. So now we have to do the we got to explain why we're having this discussion and why we have to come to our constituents and be like, we know you lost, your food bank is going to close, but guess what? We're getting a new Brown stadium. Like that's where we're at.
They should have. I mean, that's more than half of the budget for a party that claims to care so much about children, which they really don't after they're born, to be honest with you, and until they reach military age, of course. So these people aren't really pro-life; they're pro their own agenda, and pro-forced birth is really what it is. Because once they're born, they don't care about you anymore.
Right, right. Yeah, I like calling them pro birthers because that's what it feels like to me is pro birther. You want this baby to be born, and you complain about how we're not going to have a workforce by 2050 and all of these things, but you don't want to foster an environment for people to have children. You don't want to foster a healthy workforce. You don't want to foster proper living conditions so people can have a sustainable wage, or people can live off of one job and not have to work two jobs with a side hustle. Like none of that stuff is important, but guess what? They want you to have that baby.
They want you to have the kid, and you're not going to have the best living conditions for your child.
At all.
No,
At all.
it's pro-forced birth, and it's just going to be a bad setting for the mother and the child, for the kid to grow up to, I should say.
Oh, why why are you MAGA now? It is. It is. I didn't notice that until she said that. That's so funny. uh, hey, let me know if you can hear the phone. I'm sorry, say that one more time. So this is actually only my second live that I've been able to do on here. I'm trying to get more into the space of being able to have these discussions, foster debates. I have another platform on YouTube, and I've been kind of putting myself out there, calling for people to come in to my lives on YouTube and debate me and bring their thoughts, challenge my opinions, and nobody really responds. Um, so they'll respond on the videos, but they won't respond in the lives. So that's the kind of thing that I've been experiencing. And no matter what platform I'm using, a lot of the times I'm not able to get people to engage with me. So I've been trying to network, which is what Paige has helped me do, with people who can kind of get me more connected, learn more about TikTok, since I'm also new to TikTok, and help me, get more into that debate space to try to kind of cancel out some of that right wing messaging.
Good on Paige for trying to help you out. Yeah, but
with artichoke.
So let me know if I hold it this
yeah, a couple
close.
weeks
Can
ago
you
I
hear it?
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I debate.
Like,
Um,
do I have
kind
to
of a
hold
little
it
more
that
few and far
close?
between.
If I hold it that close, I'm fine with holding it
Paige
this close.
knows and has been there
Just
for
let me
many
know
of
if
them. But
that's cool.
when I do debate, it is kind of like very hit or miss. Like I
That's
could
good.
have like a kind of a lull like I do have now, or I could have over 100 people in here. So it just depends on how the night goes. But problem is right now a lot of a lot of big creators are on right now as well at the same time.
Yeah, that's okay though. I mean, you know, the last time we did it, like she said, was with Artichoke, and
Yep.
you know, we didn't need to have a ton of people coming in. Um, like I said, sometimes you have too many people who are waiting in line, or maybe there's a lot of people. When there's a lot of people who are in the live and they're all like queued up, sometimes it is difficult to have a conversation. I've seen that before where they'll have like five and six boxes above, the person, and everybody's trying to get a word in, and some people may feel like they didn't get an opportunity to say, what they wanted to say. So sometimes it's okay to have a little fewer people.
Yeah, I try to do like one op at a time, and like at the most, usually like two friendlies. I did it once where it was I did like let people let ops up at like will, and it just became complete chaos. So I'm fixing that going forward.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that was probably tough.
It was a tough scene.
Yeah. Okay. So
Thank you, Jess.
just let me know, like, if this is ideal, if this works. I mean, I don't mind how it looks in the video. I just want to make sure that the sound is coming out of the phone. I couldn't get it to work here. There's like a
Yeah,
setup I have to use
we always have to
to
have
get
like
it
the same
to
numbers
to
for the
play it
panelists
from my phone here. I have to go get the
for
hookup
their
to do
coins.
that again. Um, so
Kind of throws everything
I
off
know
if
what I need
it's not
for
that
it,
way,
but I
right?
don't have it right now. So I can go get that set up, and I gotta see if that'll actually work. It'll even work. So as long as you're able to hear it, then that gives me pretty much what I need. I'll
So
probably just put like a
what got you into
screensaver over here.
politics?
That's actually an interesting story. I've been into politics since I was probably like maybe 10 or 11 years old. I was always interested in politics fairly, and then around the time that Obama started running, I lived in a rural area, um, and so you can probably imagine what that looked like. I had a neighbor who used to have effigies of Obama hanging from his trees in his front yard, and that I used to see that as I used to ride the school bus home, from was probably middle school, and we used to ride the school bus past his house, and he had multiple. He would have monkeys in his trees hanging from nooses, and he have Obama dolls hanging from nooses in his front yard. So it was like that was the area that I lived in, was being, probably you could count how many black students was in my school on maybe one hand. At most, there was probably 10 of us. Um, so, being in that space, seeing the real life racism, and being able to openly support Obama for not just breaking ground and being his own man, being an individual, but just showing me that something that I grew up not believing, that a black man could run for president and legitimately have a shot, but he won, and he did it twice. So that was something that really changed my entire perspective. And yeah, ever since then, I really started to engage more with politics because I didn't realize just how ingrained racism was, specifically in politics, specifically like House of Reps and the Senate and things like that. Like you would think it's in things like the criminal justice system and the prison system, but it's like no, in just about every institution that we have in America, there is just absolute blatant abhorrent racism.
Unfortunately, the way politics are, it's a lot of it's just a essentially just a YT boys club, which means a lot of people don't get their proper and well-deserved representation, and a lot of people don't get to have their voices heard. But what was great, I mean, I had the pleasure of voting for Obama twice. He was my first president I was able to vote for. It did give more people in more marginalized groups more of a voice to let themselves finally be heard.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And it was because of that that really just helped me learn about, the importance of politics, how it impacts everything in your daily life. Um, and the more I learned about like history and just how everything was connected to
Yeah.
our history, it was just like, man, so recently I was talking to a mentee of mine and speaking to him about where student loans and that whole thing came from, and how it started in the Reagan era about fears about a educated working class. And so it's like that that thing right there shows you just how connected the history is and why it's important to not just know politics but to also know your history and how it affects your politics.
Oh yeah, if you don't know history, you're gonna keep repeating it over and over.
Uh-huh. Yep, absolutely.
We're fortunately doing that right now with this administration.
Yeah. And no matter how much we shout about it, they're just like, "Nuh-uh, Trump good."
That's the common conservative retort when it comes to an argument is nah.
Yeah, me and
Yeah.
Artichoke, me and Artichoke had some people who were like, it was difficult, and I know Artichoke was getting really frustrated because we had people who were literally just justifying SA, and it was like, come on now, like at the very least, if you're gonna be the Christian values person, don't 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 come here and try to justify SA because it's the guy you like, you know. It was really revolting.
No, and these mega people, they treat it like it's their favorite sports team just won a championship. But the problem is, when a president gets elected, it affects everybody, good or bad.
Yeah, yeah. We all got to go down with the shit, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, the state I live in, I'm lucky. I live in Massachusetts, so we have a lot of things that luckily do take care of their people, especially being among the top in education and healthcare as well.
Mm, yeah, yeah. That's good. That's good. Well, I mean, we love to hear about states that actually try to do their best to take care of their constituents and their residents. You would think that that's something that wouldn't be controversial or wouldn't be something that people would have something negative to say, but that's the state of being tribal. I feel like that's something we've talked about as well. I hope to be able to talk a little bit more about that in the future. Um, just the whole concept of political tribalism, and how dangerous it is. And it's like we're seeing it right now. We're seeing it. You can't criticize him because that's my tribe.
It's all tribalism, sadly, and
Hmm.
just doesn't. It should not compute to American politics. It should be. We should be working together for
I know you
everybody's
didn't vote for
progress.
this, hey? I know. Too many people
Exceeding
did,
kindness in our
and not
society.
enough people voted.
Do you think we should do a restart? It's probably a good idea. I'll do a restart. Try not to scroll, y'all. Okay, come right back.
Sounds good. Okay, so they're gonna do a restart. I was trying to get it to work on my computer, right, and it wasn't working. So I was like, maybe I can try to put something on in the background. Um, but I was just like, I don't know. I kind of got caught like in a tough time um, because as I was trying to set this up, I was like, I have it on my computer, but the computer won't let me join the live. It'll let me watch the live, but it won't let me join the live. So I guess maybe it doesn't have like the compatibility or the software um, to maybe allow me to join the live. So I'm like, I don't believe that I have the adapter that I need to plug this into the computer. I could try. Does this have a USB? It does, but I would have to unhook my current thing that's got a USB in it. Um, and I could unplug this and plug it into the computer. Oh, you're in the TikTok live? Okay. When we do the restart, I'm gonna share it on TikTok so that people can see it. I really wish there was a way for me to be able to um maybe I can screen mirror on here. Let me see if it'll let me do that. Uh, since I have the opportunity to do that. See, it's only popping up for the Roku TV, which is like super annoying. Um, that's what I was trying to do was like if I can at least mirror the screen on my computer, that might work. So, but for some reason it's not letting me. because for whatever reason it's saying my iPhone is not connected. Let me see if I do this. It's so annoying to have to do stuff. I don't want to have to do things, but I don't think that I don't think anybody's gonna make it because I didn't post it in the live. I haven't been posting. Um, see, are there no more? Are there no more USB ports in this thing? Okay. Uh, no, there's another one there. Uh, Uncle brother, up, get in there. There we go. Boom. All right. Let's see if we got it. Let's see if we got it popping off. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Apple iPhone. All right. I got it. So now, no, still not working. I thought I was on to something. I thought I was doing something. Um, Setup incomplete. Oh, I gotta restart. I don't want to have to restart. Hey, good to be back. Okay, now I should be good to share. I believe. I was trying to set some stuff up. I was trying to get it to go onto my computer, but I guess TikTok doesn't have it set up to where like I don't have the tools that I need to do it from my phone. So I was like, maybe I can use a computer. It wasn't working at all because I'm streaming on YouTube now, and it just was a mess.
I mean, TikTok Studio is a major pain. I
Yeah,
totally get it. I game on there every once in a while. It's kind of tough to use sometimes.
yeah, yeah. It wasn't working for me. So, but I was like, that is okay. You know what's funny is that when I went searching for that, it was so easy to find. Like I didn't really have to do any looking. Cause I was like, yeah, like cause I was like, all I did was I typed in Trumpism because I was like, I was talking about this topic recently. This is something me and Paige talked about before, and I was initially trying to go live on my own about the whole MAGA cultism thing, and I did a video about it. And when I was doing the video about it, while I was doing some research and describing what a cult looks like and what Trumpism looks like, this was one of the first images that popped up.
That's horrifying.
I was like, man, that is yeah, just how prominent it was, and there were so many images to pick from that were similar to this that it was really troubling.
Yeah, and the fact that there are a lot of images is very telling and scary.
Yeah, but I think we've known about the cult like nature. You know, there's a reason why they say somebody has a cult following. You know, um,
Oh yeah.
so I, I I don't think that this is something that came as a surprise to any of us. It's just one of those realities where it was like it really started to set in a lot more strongly when you see those images.
Yeah. It's just very eye opening when you actually see it, kind of essentially in practicality, how that looks with him and all those people.
Right.
Scary.
Let's see.
Come on, Mega, request up.
There's one in the chat yapping.
Yeah, he won't. He said he'll be back in like 25 minutes, whatever the hell happened.
Okay, that is fine. That is perfectly fine. Okay, that. Let me know if
Very
this is
happy
okay
Norris
again.
Friday, by the way.
Yeah, if the sound is
Yeah,
coming
for
through
sure.
good, just let me know.
It's Friday
If it
Junior
gets
right
quiet
now.
on you or whatever,
Friday Eve.
throw it in the chat. Let me know. Hopefully,
You're
people
milking cookies
when they
over weekend night.
eventually, if they decide to pop in, I'm mainly trying to
No,
record
it's more
so I
like
have a clip to
leave
post
your,
videos. Since I haven't been posting videos, I can
Big
share these
Newton
videos.
PBR.
You know, hopefully I can do something with that, but you never really know.
Yeah.
Horrific combination.
Okay, it's good. Okay, awesome.
I mean, I like them both separately, but certainly not together.
Wait, is your 3-day weekend Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I still gotta work tomorrow.
Nice.
Because because I still gotta work tomorrow.
Here, Mega.
Come on, Mega.
Come tell us that you're not in a cult.
Because we all know you are. Banana runs with Fago Red. What the hell is that, DJ?
Wait, you don't know what banana runs and red Fago?
No. Oh, I know the red. I know that the Fago's a drink. Yeah, the soda.
That's definitely a weekend
Not top. It's soda.
He said it's good. Make a thirst trap. I haven't been exercising as much lately, so I haven't really been able to like do the exercise content I used to do because I don't have the space to do it. But that will come back. Like I still exercise, but just not in the same capacity, and not with the same amount of space. So, but the workout content will be coming back. I promise you. Like, it'll be posted here on the channel and on TikTok. I promise it will.
Everything's Coke in the South.
Oh, you go to Atlanta, everything is Coke.
Everything.
Coca-Cola, I should say.
I'm sorry, did I just see Vimby come in here? Oh, you should get Michelle up here. Michelle's in here. She can come in and op. Michelle, can you come up and op?
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Good evening.
Alright, I'm gonna drop so there's not too many friendlies.
Hi, Fava, how old are you?
Why does that matter?
Well, it's just for TikTok purposes.
I'm old enough.
Alright, so you're old enough. Are you in a cult? Do you think you're in a cult?
I'm not in a cult. I believe that Trump is what's best for America.
Oh. Okay, why do you think he's what's best for America?
Because everybody thinks that Sleepy Joe Biden ruined the country, and they are right. And Trump is here to usher in a new generation.
I'm glad it makes you uncomfortable because that's actually the goal. Like, that's actually the goal is to make people uncomfortable.
Work for him.
You said this already, but
Because it's so real. It's already wrong.
Have you not seen any interviews where he's sleeping and he's like slurring?
No, he has a speech impediment actually.
Do we have a source on that?
Give me a second.
It might be good to actually pull up that video of him encouraging that other child who had a speech impediment and letting him know that that doesn't have to prevent him from succeeding. I think that's a good.
He's done that as well.
Yeah. That's a good source.
What's that? So you have nothing to say, do you?
No, fake news though. Fake
Oh,
news.
everything's fake news.
Because Joe Biden did nothing for this country. Absolutely nothing.
The CHIPS Act was nothing for this country. Rallying this country in the greatest economic recovery has done nothing for this country. Getting us out of a horrific pandemic is done
First of
nothing.
all, first of all, the economy was horrible. Did you not see the inflation? Did you not see the price of everything? It was awful.
Yeah, do you not see the price of everything now?
Because it's
Joe
gone
Biden
up.
ruined it.
How is Joe Biden ruining it on May 22nd, 2025?
Because it takes time for an economy to recover. So if Trump is now in office, it's going to take a little bit for his economy to kick in.
Not that it takes time for an economy to recover per se. You got to do things to help the economy recover.
Right.
Trump is doing something. He's doing
Like
the
what?
tariffs. The tariffs.
They crashed
go
the
ahead,
stock
go ahead.
market.
The tariffs are going to recover everything because he's taxing all of these countries that have been like taking advantage of America for so long.
So was that supposed to come before or after he crashed the market?
Yeah.
He didn't crash the market. That's just liberal propaganda.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
propaganda.
Got it. Got
Yeah,
it.
you got me there.
Man, hey, I cooked. We're cooked, chat. Like.
All right, I guess we're done.
she got us there.
Why do Canadians add extra syllables to the word tariff? Do you want to answer that question, Op?
I wouldn't know. I'm not Canadian.
No, that's true. Oh yeah, you're one of those like real. Oh yeah, you bleed red, white, and blue, don't you?
Yep.
Not a maple leaf or anything.
Nope.
So what? Give me three things on what Trump has been doing that has been great for this country.
Okay, well, the tariffs, the deportations.
Okay, what is so good about the deportations?
Getting all of the criminals out of the country.
Okay, do you know 3/4 of the people that have been sent to El Salvador have no criminal record?
You can't really prove that they didn't commit any crime.
Yeah, but you're apparently saying that they did commit crimes, so you should back that claim up.
But we don't know if they did something and just didn't get caught.
Tariff's gonna cost a lot.
We
So
don't know
you
if they
don't
did
eventually.
something.
Honestly,
you could have
they
done
said
something
to
like
expect
5 minutes
empty
ago and not
shelves
got
this
caught
summer.
for it.
They did say
Exactly.
that.
This is
They
what
did
I'm
say to
saying.
expect
So then
at
why
least
shouldn't you get deported? Then?
relatively empty shelves.
I was
Like
born
COVID
here.
level
I did
empty
not come
shelves.
in here.
There
She didn't
are
graduate.
people that were born in this country and got deported.
I mean, that's it's likely. You said I love the
But
poorly
are they
educated.
against Donald Trump? Because if they're against him, then they
Our
should
rights
be too.
mainly come from.
So
He just said like
you
we
support
they
Donald
don't want to
Trump
accept our
being
right.
dictator.
Asia, one of their financial advisors said that Asia doesn't want to buy American rice, and it's like yeah, because they don't need it.
Yes.
So you really
Depends on your definition of lost. I call it found.
found us. Who found
She is cooking right now. I like it.
You can't laugh off crack.
I'm sorry. I muted my mic. I don't know if anybody saw me mute my mic, but she was cooking so hard. I was like, yo.
You know that song, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me? That's me with Donald Trump. He saved me.
He saved you, yes. What did he save you from?
He saved me from the LGBT.
The legitimate. And he's bringing back the traditional Christian values, is that right?
Yes, it's the traditional Christian values that brought me back.
Yeah, those
Because
red-blooded
I was
Americans.
once a sinner.
Hmm.
I was looking at these women's and their shapes, and then I was looking like, ooh, and now I look and I'm like, no, that's a sin. That's all thanks to Donald Trump.
Okay.
So what did he say that brought you back to the light? You know, those traditional Christian values. What did he say or do that made you stop looking at the legitimate, or however you said it? I don't know how you said it. Legitimate. You said it so smooth. How did you do that? Legitimate.
The legitimate yes. So what changed my mind was that he said it. He was like, we don't follow with that because that is a sin. That is not the moral and right way. When you think about it, we were made. man was made for a
I'm
woman
not a
and a
Christian.
woman was
Neither am
made for
I.
a man.
Neither am I. Eh? Cult leader.
Because this is how we're going to
Sounds
keep
like
the
it.
species going.
Uh,
Which is what
they're not good to work and have their own careers, their own bank accounts, and everything.
No, they should be in the kitchen and keeping the house.
Keeping the house clean,
Dirty.
Yeah,
keeping
to the house, cooking, cleaning, raising the children, doing like the errands, all that.
doing the errands.
Yes.
Damn, you're really narrowing your mind here, huh?
Well, look in this picture that you have. Look at this picture. Look at all of these women. They are so happy to see Donald Trump. This just shows that Donald Trump loves women.
But they're not even at their homes.
Yeah, but they're allowed to go see Donald Trump, and then they have to go right back to their kitchens. It's fine.
Do you want a red cloak and a white hat or something like that?
It's calling for that. It's giving that. It's giving that energy.
You're giving Handmaid's Tale right now.
You're acting as if that TV show is bad.
I mean, the content may not be good, but the show itself is a good show.
That show is a great comedy.
A comedy. That's
Yeah, comedy.
That's a fine. I'm failing to see the humor here. Can you tell me how that's a comedy?
Because that is showing extremism, and we are not going to do that because the USA loves women. So it's creating lies and propaganda. So it is a comedy.
Got it.
Right.
Also, when you think about it, women do have to give birth to maintain the population. So the Handmaid's Tale technically is
That's so funny
Oh,
because
thank you.
that's a
Okay,
classic
WB
cult
to
thing
the
to
chat
say.
for subscribing.
If I look like staying home raising kids, I don't even want.
Michelle, this one's for you, by the way.
That's crazy. The laugh track is awesome.
Just want to let you know, I think you're wrong on every possible thing.
you are entitled to your opinions as a straight YT man, and I have no choice but to listen to them.
Well, I mean, if I'm entitled to my opinion because I'm a straight man, you should be agreeing with me then, if that's your...
I value your opinion. However, women belong in the kitchen.
Do they belong in any other rooms beside the kitchen? Can they like roam freely around the house, or are they just like specifically relegated to the kitchen?
Well, they have to go around the They have to go around the house to clean it, and also if their husband needs something, they have to go to the room to provide it. They also have to provide their wifely duties every night for the husband.
Got me there.
Mega request up.
Because if you don't please your husband every night, he's allowed to cheat on you.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Humana. So you support infidelity is what you're saying?
No, I said if you don't do it every night with a smile on your face, the husband is allowed to cheat.
That sounds like supporting
I'm
infidelity.
I'm going nowhere near down that road, by the way.
that sounds like infidelity just with extra steps. It's just what that sounds like.
Yeah, it's infidelity with more work.
Yeah. You're like, I don't support infidelity, but I do support infidelity. That's just what happened just now.
This and that have to be done.
Right. With these conditions, I do.
Yeah.
Think about it, right? Donald Trump cheated on his wives.
All of them. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Did we think that maybe they deserved to be cheated on?
He did not.
No,
We didn't
I
think about that.
actually don't think they did. I don't think anybody deserves to be cheated on.
Housewives that don't do their housework, boom, cheated on.
My God.
That's just, that is
If I
brutal.
didn't know who you were, I would like drop you in a
That's,
like the French.
my goodness, that's so, wow, that's
How do you
crazy.
feel about the Second Amendment? I love the Second Amendment. I think every home should have at least 50 cuckoos in them.
With wild. How many words are in the Second Amendment?
I don't know. I just know thou shalt have a gun.
Thou shalt have a gun. Thou shalt have a gun is crazy.
115 million% not the Second Amendment.
Thou shalt have the right to bear arms and rum pum pum pum.
At least she had two words in there.
Yeah, you got a couple of words.
There was a couple words in there, yeah. Somewhere near the ballpark. Not in it, but near the ballpark. Or maybe the parking
There
lot.
should be 5 QQs in every room of the house.
So that's the Second Amendment.
Yes, because you need to have security in your home.
Interesting. So you know that. So there's 27 words to the Second Amendment.
Okay.
Would you like me to read them?
I can already tell you that. I can type it. I can list 27 words off the top of my head. Thou shalt always have 50 guns, pew-pews, in every room of the house because criminals who try to take your woman should be rum-pum-pum-pum-pum.
Now you're just giving me syllables.
I almost had to mute my mic because the talent, the talent is crazy.
A well-regulated militia necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep.
She said, "Rum pum 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 pum."
Michelle's doing all the strings and no change, guys. What are we doing?
Oh, the galaxy. Well, really, miss me necessary. Yep.
So, Daquan, this is my friend Michelle.
Yes, we have met. I believe on the previous live, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sure we have.
Yeah.
This is an unfortunate way to
Don't worry,
You are right. The comments are important. Sorry.
answer my question. What was your question, sir? How do
Yes.
you feel about social programs such as SNAP and Medicaid? I think we should get rid of it.
Okay, and what are the benefits to getting rid of it?
It makes people work.
So, like, an 85-year-old should get back to work?
Yes.
Oh.
Everyone should work until the day they unalive, because what else are you alive for? You're
Oh, don't worry. This generation's well on their way.
Yeah, we
That's
definitely
good because you're
looking like
supposed
it.
to work.
No, we're not. We're supposed to retire at a decent age and live comfortably before we go off into the sunset.
No, this is capitalism. You're supposed to work and serve your country until the day you unalive.
How do we serve our country under capitalism?
You're paying taxes, which go to the government, which pays the government to keep this country safe and buy more ammo and armory and all that stuff.
And that's really all that the money should be going to is defense?
Exactly. We can have the best economy in the world, but if we don't fund the military, what's the point? Like, why do we need to focus on welfare? Like, get a job.
Why do we have to focus on welfare? Get a job. OMG. Telling people to get a job, the Have them get up by the
Sounds like it.
If you were to outlive your spouse, are you allowed to serve the next man or just close up shop? We all have different things of that. My grandmother,
Meanwhile, we
when
pay for
my
healthcare.
grandfather
Absolutely, like
unalived,
it's not
she
even like we
didn't
get
date, she did
everything we're
not
supposed
talk
to
to
get.
another man, she
Like
just closed up shop, and that
that's the
that was for
craziest
like
part.
30 years.
we
And
we still pay for a
like
bunch of
power to
things. Like we still
her,
have toll roads
but
and
like
we still have a
I
bunch of
think it's
social
I in my
services
opinion I
that
think
like
it's okay to
school.
marry
School
somebody
should
else
be
and serve
a
him and be
free
devoted to
thing.
him
You
and
should be able
listen
to
to him.
go and
It's
get an
fine.
education for free, regardless of the level. Unless you're going for like PhD, then maybe yeah, like I can see
Interesting.
that. But I feel like all the way primary, secondary education,
All
like
right, Maga, request up.
it should be all of those
Michelle's
things should be
head's going to
paid for.
explode, I think, the more she asks.
I have 3 jobs, like any MAGA person. Any Republican has 3 jobs. I work in door dashing, and then I do some Ubering, and then I also work in a factory with my hands.
Just like how everybody should be going to work.
Exactly.
Going into the factory using their hands the whole time.
Yes, but once I get married, I just stop working because my future husband will be able to support me.
And has he knocked on your door yet?
No, I have to go to church and meet him there.
All right. All right. Well, church, Sunday morning, that's another strange for change situation. I can see that.
What's your thought on abortion? Oh, I am pro-life, Mr. Snooks, if that's your real name. I think we have to save the baby at all cost. Babies need protection, and a baby is the future. So we absolutely should save all the babies.
But what if I told you that AB isn't just the unaliving of a baby; it's just the termination of a pregnancy? Because I shouldn't be talking about AB. I'm a man. Sorry.
You as a man are equally qualified to talk about abortion.
Not really, because I can't give birth.
But it's your sperm that impregnates the egg. So you can talk about abortion.
So the man has more say over the AB.
It's your sperm.
Yeah.
I think people forget that it's the man's baby too.
It's the woman's body, so it's the woman's choice.
It's 50-50, so the man has a say. And if the man wants the baby, he can keep the baby.
Is it though 50-50? Shouldn't be 50-50.
How would you feel if your partner fell asleep?
With Munchie time, it's so funny. She said everybody has to
Because
work.
I
She
am
don't get to
a
retire because
straight
she has a
woman.
man.
So
Exactly. She has
if
to
my
serve her country.
partner, the man,
She has to serve her man and her country.
Yes, that's it. Thickness. I need to. I'm going to church this Sunday, and I'm gonna meet one.
So it's finally happening, huh?
Yes, I'm gonna go to church.
Good for you.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you. I so appreciate that. Maybe you can ordain my wedding.
I mean, from the way you're talking. Oh, go ahead.
No, I just think I'll have to pass respectfully.
From the way you're talking, though, it does sound like you can use Jesus.
Yeah, you know.
I already have Jesus in my heart and my soul.
Is he inside of you all over?
Jesus is in my heart all the time.
I can't say anything. I can't. I was gonna keep going in the same direction you were, Mike, but I couldn't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't commit to it.
I don't know how far I could go with that.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying.
Oh, shit. Michelle, how do you get to Carnegie Hall?
I don't know.
Not through TikTok. WTJ in the chat for dropping our favorite op. welcome back. Yeah, and Steam. Give a round of applause for Michelle
Well deserved. Well deserved.
being an incredible op.
The pure talent.
Yeah, DJ's had some money done, so
Minimus plant their seeds. I I was going to, I really was going to, but I was just like no because I was
okay,
like, do you love the way Jesus feels inside
Oh my
you?
god,
I was like, I can't do that.
a lot of other big creators on right now, which kind of sucks.
because the TikTok sphere has been a lot, so there's probably a lot of people other places.
Mm-hmm. No, there absolutely is a lot of people in other places. Vance. Yeah,
Yeah, so the person who was just talking is pretty much a troll who
I've been
just
hopping
goes
a
from
few
live stream to
times
live stream, pretty
on
much
other people's lives.
encouraging MAGA to join live streams to defend their points of
Trisha
view.
caught me
And that's
hopping
literally
right
her whole
across his
thing.
live one time.
Is
It was
like
kind
she
of
gets
funny.
invited to lives to troll, and then MAGA hears her and is like, "Yeah, what she said," and she's like
I
totally
think my comment
unserious,
was
and then
Trump
they'll
is the only
join
beacon of
because of
America
her.
or something like that.
Like they'll join because of the stuff she's saying, and then she basically encourages them to be brave enough to come up and defend their points. So she's an exaggerated form of MAGA, like and she just trolls. Like that's just her whole thing. So when people
Alright,
see her in the chat,
you guys cool if I
they'll
do like one
they'll
more
um
restart and see
they'll
what
go
happens?
ahead and help her
Wait,
join
wait,
up.
wait. I think
Missy, if, Missy, if you disagree, come on up. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. We didn't say it was a religion. We said it's a cult.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a religion to be a cult.
No, exactly. If David Koresh was not a religious, well, actually he was religious, but his the British Indians was not a religion. I should say. Sorry.
No, no, Missy, they're not.
read Missy, read the sign that this person's holding up. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for President Trump. So this person is bringing religion into it. So
Even with that being the case, the idea that a cult requires it to be religious in nature, it's just that's just objectively untrue. Like a cult is not. It doesn't have to be a religion. That's why somebody can say you have a cult-like following, is because people will follow you and revere you, deify you, worship you even to some extent, without it being religious in nature.
David Koresh, prime example.
Yeah, I mean, Charles Manson's extremely well known. He had people who literally worshipped him, and it didn't have to be religious in nature. They worshipped him as an individual. So, I mean,
Heaven's Gate, the People's Temple, all that.
yeah, like that.
Those people literally unalived.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be religious in nature. Although, as somebody who is non-religious, I can attribute cult-like things to certain religious practices. Yeah, I mean, you can look at that and try to make that argument, but to try to incorporate all of them into one and say it's all or nothing, you have to have a religion in order to have a cult. That's just not true.
Right. He is the president, but he shouldn't be recognized as a deity or some divine prophet or something. Like what a lot of these people, I feel like, are.
Yeah, let's not bring back divine rule.
No. No, we try to get out of that. that with King George.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah,
left that a couple hundred years ago.
yeah,
People
exactly.
referring to him as king, or saying that God chose him, or that God is Jesus is reincarnated into Trump. All of this is culty behavior.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Big culty behavior. All right, Missy, request up. I really think you're starting to fall for it here.
Let's see if we can pull you out of the cult grasp.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try to appeal using logic and reason and maybe some empathy in there if you're okay with that.
Yeah, Missy, we would like to talk to you if you want to request up. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Actually, no, I can't. Damn it.
This is why nobody likes y'all. Um. Okay.
that's
Okay.
I
I,
guess sure, okay, you know, I, okay,
I'd rather be hated than not
be in a
show
cult.
someone.
Yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
if not being in a cult makes me disliked, I think I'm okay with that.
Then I will embrace the hate.
Yeah, I think it sounds all right with me. I,
Yeah.
I, and is that? I mean, I guess am I supposed to be like owned? Is that supposed to be like, ooh, gotcha, burned? Like you know,
Like,
I'm,
oh no,
yeah.
a cultist doesn't like me. Whatever will I do?
Well, unlike Trump, we don't do everything. Trump and Elon do everything in their power to try to be liked by everybody, and it makes them increasingly unlikable. That's why nobody likes Elon Musk, is because you go out of your way to try to be likable, and it makes you weird. You just try too hard. You do too much. You're not a good person.
Not a good person at all.
You're like, hey, I want people to like me. Hey, maybe don't do the Sig Heil in front of everybody.
Oh no, don't say that.
Oh, that's one of the trouble words.
That could be. I
Hmm.
feel like.
I
It's
know.
just like you can't say, like, you have to say Shitler and
I
Yeah.
see. I say mustache man. I try
Yeah.
to do that one.
That's fine. Yeah.
I didn't think the actual the salute thing would be troublesome too. I guess you
Yeah.
gotta you gotta watch out for everything on there.
Just want to keep. Just want to make sure.
yeah, certain things are like frowned upon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I try to get my crash course for like TikTok lingo and language and do's and do nots from Page like a week before I started getting into lives, but there's still some where it's like, oh, didn't know that one.
Yeah, this app's really weird about their language. Yeah, Missy's scared. Missy don't want to talk.
See, now remember Mike when I told you that that's what happens to me all the time is that people they'll say a lot in my comments and I find myself typing away trying to, elucidate on my points, but when I invite them to the live, it's crickets and they might say something in the chat, but then they won't. There's just nothing. So it's like I don't really know what that's about.
Because that's the problem. It's because they love Donald Trump so much, right? But they won't claim him with their full chest.
Missy, you saying that without a PFP of you?
Click your
Believe me,
profile.
it takes a lot of courage. I'm just kidding.
Missy has 0 followers and 2 following, so Missy's a troll.
Oh, she's a bot.
She's a bot.
Got it. Got it. Makes sense. Makes sense.
And the account's private.
Mm.
So this is everybody. This is Missy's not worth it.
Mm.
No, really not worth the time.
Like
You want to troll people?
Missy,
Real
request
picture?
up. Sorry, Michelle.
No, I'm fine. I was just gonna troll her. See, look, I show my real face. Mike is showing his real face, and our nice little friendly down here, G's Day is showing his real face.
Ah, thanks, Kick-Ass. the last act.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. Like I wanted to make sure I made that clear. You know, yeah, a lot of these people are just absolutely unserious, just unserious people as a whole. You know.
We were taking a house by the sea together 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, that gotta been besties.
Yeah.
Missy would have wanted J6 with me about 20 minutes ago.
Oh yeah. Oh oh yeah. You guys have been going out for beers tonight. That were the 20 minutes ago.
A nice Democrat. Nobody here's a Democrat.
Yeah, I'm not a Democrat.
Yeah, neither am I.
I'm, you know, uh,
Everything makes y'all mad. Are you guys mad?
I'm seething with rage. Actually, my fury cannot be quelled by nothing that's happening right now. I'm actually throwing. I'm punching the air right now. I don't know if you guys know.
come on. All right. Good evening, Missy.
Hi.
How old are you?
I never said I did. Water choke.
Oh Jesus! Oh my fucking god!
Did we just get got? Oh my god.
How many times a day do I fucking panel with you? Just I know your voice. I know it.
That's why you didn't quest up.
Fuck, I'm not stupid.
Classic. Classic. W artichoke. W artichoke. Chase catching strays.
Chase catching all the strays right now.
Chase knows what I mean. Look, Heath, you told me not to bark anymore. I'm not allowed. Which is a shame because I've been practicing.
Anyone's MAGA request up. I'm sorry, Daquan. I'm not getting anybody.
No, it's cool. Hey, listen, I'm here for the vibes. I'm having a good time.
We can run through an argument. I'll be MAGA with Michelle. Or I'll just be MAGA.
Alright, Michelle's paid her dues tonight, I think.
Michelle's gonna mute up so she can shower. I don't know.
You may say that, but you were defending him like to the gills in the comments.
No, I wasn't. I just said that like just because people have different opinions from you doesn't mean that they're in a cult. Like people are allowed to have their own opinions. People are allowed to vote for who they want to.
I mean, there's a lot to suggest MAGA is in a cult. MAGA is a cult. For instance, look at these things behind me.
You're going to attack her. You're going to gang up on her. And this is why the Democrats and you liberals will never win another election.
That's it.
Dang, Mike, he's on to us.
Nick, anything you want to say to that?
Nah, he was on to us, Mike. He got the plan. He got us. He caught us red-handed. We was gonna go off on her. Yeah, he got us. We were gonna gang up on her and we were gonna bully her and just be mean and do our evil Democrat witch magic.
Yep,
This is exactly what you liberals do. Every time someone wants to speak their...
That's crazy. talking?
I think so.
Hey, no, I was saying I don't want to be a bully to anybody. I just want to do this at one at a time. All right.
At least that was ideal. Ideal to have one at a time.
Do you have anything you want to ask either Missy or Chair?
Who, me?
Yeah.
You said, do I have any questions that I want to ask? No, I think that for me, I just would like to hear their thoughts. To properly engage in a dialogue, I want to hear their thoughts about something specifically. So if I have a question, yeah, let me throw out a question just for the sake of asking a question. Can you tell me one thing that you really, really like about Trump's character?
Whoever wants to take it, take it.
I mean, look what he's doing now. He's got it all under control now. We got nothing more to worry about. All these illegals that are coming over and trying to take our jobs. Now we got nothing to worry about.
So,
That says a lot about his character.
so the whole thing is that I asked specifically about his character. That you brought up the border, but I'm asking about his character. What did he do, or what does he exhibit? Like, what is a character trait of his that you find appealing, that you like about him? That you brought up the border. That's not a character trait of Donald Trump.
No, it is. He loves America. So
Mm.
by protecting us and shutting down the border, no more illegals taking our jobs, not only is it going to boost the economy, but he's also going to give us these big tax breaks on this big beautiful bill.
So I've talked with you before, ACL, and you do mention the border. But you're in the state of Illinois, so what does the border have to do with it?
Well, I was just speaking to his character as far as caring about us Americans.
And what has he done for you specifically that makes your wallet bigger or your time any better as an American?
Well, like I said, the less illegals we have, the more jobs we're going to get.
May I let you know that there's no human being in this world that's illegal?
Well, when you don't have permission to come in somewhere, I would consider that illegal.
I believe the penalty for crossing the border is a very small fine and maybe the minimum jail time, if that.
So what are they going to pay their fine with our government expenditures money?
They should not be sent to El Salvador or anywhere else for that.
Okay, well, how about him naming his budget price, his budget contract after my wife's Wednesday boyfriend? His name is also Big Beautiful Bill.
I mean, you can name it anything. It still may not be the best thing for you.
Well, I mean, my wife loves Big Beautiful Bill. She sees him every Wednesday.
No, what do you do together?
Oh, I see. I'm not able to disclose
almost
that
fell
here on
out
TikTok.
when he said
Oh,
big
really?
beautiful
Really?
Oh my God! He
Right,
said
so
it's
keep
my
her,
Wednesday boyfriend.
satisfactory, right?
Big
See, I
beautiful.
tried to explain to you guys before. The reason why I got a big lift and truck is because I have a very tiny wheel. And my wife has multiple boyfriends to satisfy herself in lieu of being, in my tiny wheel.
Okay.
I am. I'm in my big lift and truck.
His blinker is going crazy.
Yeah, your blinker is off the charts.
Have you been
right?
turning for 15 minutes?
I don't.
He's just driving in a
Trump
circle.
Is the law. Trump is law, and I don't break the law.
I was gonna say, car batteries are a thing, right?
I mean, he's been driving in a left turn, just a left circle with his blinker on perpetually for the last 10 minutes.
All I make is left turns. I am not a right supremacist. I don't believe in any right-handed anything.
So you must watch NASCAR because all they do is turn left.
Oh, I love me some NASCAR. They're gonna go straight and then they're gonna turn left.
Well, that must mean that you're left-leaning, huh? You're left wing. You're a leftist.
I am a left-handed advocate.
So you're a leftist, is what you're telling me.
You are a left.
Hardcore left advocate. See, I myself am right-handed, but I will fight for the values of the left-handed.
And how would you go about that?
I think I'm reaching him.
Well, all these people, especially here on this TikTok, most of them are probably right.
Okay. Okay, I voted for Trump. I'm not with him.
You are one of them right supremacists.
Like I don't agree with whatever this is.
Define whatever, because we need to know what you're not agreeing with.
With this person,
Just their existence. You just don't agree with them existing. Like
I don't agree with whatever weird mess he's talking about right now.
he said a lot.
He said a lot, yeah.
Yeah. So is there anything in specific you don't agree with him on?
All of it.
Okay. Would you like to expound on that?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear about it.
Thank you, Irene.
Please drop me. I can't do it anymore.
All right. And W, do I agree with the money gun? Get some W, Irene, in the chat. Hell yeah. So I just feel like we're, as a country, we're kind of becoming what we fought against overall.
That
Kind of
yeah,
obvious.
it's so funny. I feel like we're constantly being trolled.
That's just me.
No, that's fair.
Oh, are you talking to me?
I'm just saying in general, we're becoming what we used to fight against, and that's fascism.
I don't know what's wrong with putting America first.
Well, putting America first kind of isolates us from the rest of the world, and isolating us from the rest of the world would become
How does
very
that-
bad for us economically and put us into another recession, if not a Great Depression, like what has already happened to us previously.
I don't understand how that cuts us off from the rest of the world. Like you could have you could put yourself first and still have friends. Like I don't understand what you mean by that.
We can put ourselves first, but still have friends. Meaning we are the United States of America. We have the resources and the wherewithal to help other countries, but we're choosing not to, which is hindering the rest of the world in their ability to do good and thrive and be the country that those countries deserve to be as well, I should say.
But we have problems here too. Like I don't see why would I give somebody like $1,000 when I still need to use that money?
So it sounds very short-sighted because I would like to have a lot, if not all, the world live a better life and have all their needs met, just like what we are trying to do here as well. We can kind of help both out.
But I'm not getting help now.
Did you say why in the TikTok live?
What's the difference? Like why do I need to care about them more than I care about myself? I mean, like that doesn't like pay my rent. That doesn't pay for groceries.
It may not pay your rent. It may not pay for your groceries. Given you should just grab yourself up by your bootstraps. Then
I never said that.
you're kind of
I
implying.
don't know why you're putting words in my mouth.
It's kind of implied.
I was saying America should help America first. Americans should help America first. Like, how is that? Whatever bootstraps, whatever.
No, it would take an entire country to to thrive and have everyone's needs met. In that regard, it would have everyone just want to start work, have just make everything great. Sorry, it's kind of.
Y'all, Trump just banned international students from enrolling into Harvard because Harvard doesn't agree with that.
Yeah, I saw that, and I find that just utterly disgusting.
Parkers, we don't allow that hate speech in this chat, just so you know.
You're also you're more. Oh my goodness. So how could they do that if Harvard's a private institution?
That's pretty much the question on how they do any of the illegal stuff that they're doing. They just do it. Nobody's saying no to them. Like how can you, deport people without due process? How can you go in and fire federal workers without any justification? Like these aren't at will employees. How can there is a how, like how are you doing it? But it's just the fact that they're just like, no, we just did it. That's part of the reason why I can understand why some people like Trump is because they're like he gets stuff done. He gets awful stuff done, but when he says I'm gonna do this thing, this crazy awful thing, we get nervous because we're like, he probably is likely to do that crazy awful thing, and then he does it without any justification, any recourse, any legal standing, any historical precedent. He'll just do it, and then they like that about him.
Like if he says he's going to do something, I would probably believe it because he's that foolish to actually do it at the cost and behest of the American people.
I mean, at least you know what you're gonna get. I don't know why that's a bad thing. You should at least know.
And it's not anything good for anybody, really.
I mean, I guess that's you. You can have your opinion.
So, do you think firing a lot of people from the Department of Education is good for you? Good for the country? Oh, and by the way, a federal judge blocked that. So now all those people are now rehired and the Department of Education's back, essentially.
I mean, they should have stayed fired, probably.
Why should they have stayed fired?
Like, I don't know. He knows what he's doing.
How does he know what he's doing when he clearly has no idea what he's doing?
He's the president.
Okay. There's a lot of presidents that didn't know what they were doing. You know.
Like Kamala Harris.
Say your name again.
Kamala.
No. It's Kamala. Try it.
Kamala.
No. We're not moving until you say the word. Until you say her name correctly.
Sound it out.
Okay.
Take our time. We can do this.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
All right, then I'm gonna drop you then. Have a good night.
You're just like scared to have, kind of conversation. You can't handle any sort of opinion that's not your own. You can't talk to other people. You don't know how to talk to other people. Like, this is why nobody talks to you. This is why nobody likes you guys.
You're talking to us.
Yeah, I know. I should have stayed. Like, I should have just kept scrolling. My bad. I won't come back.
All right, so say your name.
What?
Say your name correctly.
Who?
Say Kamala Harris.
If you know who I'm talking about, then I don't need to say it.
No. You're not saying her name correctly. You need to say it correctly before we can move on. Wow.
He said we're not moving. He said we're not moving at all until it happens.
Parkers, why the fuck do you want me with me today?
It is upsetting though, because last time we had a couple people who popped in there, and they said some crazy stuff too. We were able to have like a back and
Marcus, who
forth
hurt you today that you need to take your fifis
at
on
the
a
very
Canadian?
least.
Oops.
Goodness.
Oomph.
Um,
Oomph.
and yeah, we were able to
Probably
have
gonna
that
be
back and
another like
forth.
15 minutes.
Growing is just sweeping a kitchen. Okay, and women should be in the kitchen. So,
Yeah, because unfortunately, it seems like this one's going to be sort of a bust at the moment. Um, it's hard to tell why that's the case. Apparently, from what I'm understanding, a lot of other creators are live
Sorry,
right
Dave.
now.
I'm not getting any.
No, that's cool. Because you had already elucidated earlier that multiple big names are kind of live right now, and I know how that is. Like it's like that on YouTube all the time. It's difficult to stream when everybody else is all the big names is on right now. You kind of just fall fall underneath there somewhere.
I didn't have a Monday through Friday. I'd be doing it a lot earlier.
This is why this worked out perfectly for me. I'm still in my work clothes, so
Oh,
I
jeez. There
yeah,
you go.
like I and now remember why I hate politics.
did you get any ops? The only ops that he got was that I've been here for was me, artichoke,
Yeah, no,
and
Yeah,
it is crazy.
unfortunately, it's
Like
been a
it's very
wasteland today.
difficult to have those conversations. It's very difficult to have that back and forth. I might stay live after this live on TikTok ends just to see if there's any sort of gravitation from here to
let's
the
just do
live on
cry about
YouTube.
Trumps all day, like,
Um,
cause they're on welfare, so all they do is
and
like, win.
so yeah, this it's kind of that's kind of the aspect of it right now. Is you're just trying to
Maybe then
um,
why would I join Mega?
Oh my god, that would actually be good. That's actually brilliant.
Create that this week.
Like basically make it like a prove me wrong kind of thing, and like have them actually tell you
that's what I
why
thought
you
we was doing
should,
here.
and then at the end be like, nah, go fuck yourself.
I'll be like, nah, GFY. Yeah.
Yeah, when we said we wanted to time travel, this ain't. We didn't say we wanted to go back to 1939. This wasn't it. This
See,
ain't it.
because MAGA, we wake up every morning and we drink leftist tears, we drink democratic tears, because everybody just cries all the time.
You drink
And,
the
and
tears of
and
the
I shared it.
Democrats?
I shared it with a bunch of people, and I'm like,
How do they taste?
I don't know.
Very
I
bitter.
don't really know
Oh,
what
I bet.
more
I
to
bet.
really do when it comes to sharing the
Just like how
TikToks,
bitter you were 4 years ago.
and who that can be shared with.
No,
Um,
we didn't cry. We did something about it.
but I don't
Oh,
know. I
what
don't know.
did
It's
you now? What
difficult.
did you do about it?
It's difficult.
I'm not saying.
You know who can't talk about what they did? Ashley Bannon.
Damn. Damn.
Why you gotta bring that shit up?
Because she flew with her cape on at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. It is unfortunate because
Thank you, sickness. Thank you,
it's
sickness.
8:30.
I can't even joke about
The baby or Trump. Yeah. So
it.
as
I'm gonna
unfortunate
take
as
a
it
few
is,
minutes and I'll call it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, getting no hits. It's unfortunate.
Hedonistic.
It's
What
unfortunate,
did
but
you say?
you know, I've seen it happen before. But it's just like, dang, like I was really hoping that we'd be able to engage. And I mean, we have to try again. It's no big deal.
Okie dokie
Um,
artichokey. Haha, get it?
I haven't really been wanting to
Oh,
record any
Michelle, you
videos
are
lately
so
just because it's
clever.
exhausting to try to cover it, and it's exhausting being on my phone. It's just kind
A
of
real
exhausting.
hoot and
So
a holler,
I'm
Michelle.
like, if I have this once a week where I go live, or even a couple times a week, I'm okay
Oh
with
shit,
doing
I
this.
forgot I have to start
Heck,
playing that game.
I'd be okay with going live tomorrow.
Days gone?
Yeah, so I think that if because one of the people who joined the live earlier, they did the previous live I was involved
Thank you,
in,
artichokey.
and I'm gonna join. I'm gonna see if they want me to join their live if they want to cover this. And heck, as far as I know, I might be able to go live Saturday or something like
So
that.
Daquan, I do want to thank you for being here.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah, absolutely. It was a lot of fun.
Because Michelle's seen it. She's seen my live go over like 100 people.
Yeah, yeah, no, that like I said, it's totally fine. Like I'm still new to this space. I'm actually new to TikTok as a whole. I've only been on the platform from like maybe 3 months. Um, so there's still a lot that I'm still trying to learn, get my foot in the door, and I still appreciate the fact that you had me on as a guest to begin with. It's much appreciated, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
I appreciate you coming. Alright, I'm gonna call it. Alright, y'all. I'm sorry again. Have a good night, everybody.
Night, everybody. Dang, I sent it to so many people. I sent it to so many people. Who was that? I should have sent it to yeah, there's a couple people I could have sent the live to, but that's okay. I guess the main goal was really to try to see if people were going to join that live on that end. Um, because when it comes to YouTube, the videos do well when it comes to like interaction engagement. People like engage with it. They comment a lot. And I always say, I'm like, yo, when I go live, join the live, defend your points, say what you got to say, because it's getting real annoying trying to talk about this and that over a text, over this messaging. That's what it took. I just sent Nessa a message. She said she had to leave because she had to figure out dinner, and she told me to send her an invite back when she goes up there. But yeah, she I didn't send her another one because it never started popping off. So I figured like I would send it early before it started popping off, so people could get notified and maybe want to join. A lot of the times when I send the notifications on TikTok, though, they don't they don't get them or they don't see them and they don't respond to them because it's not my page. So what I need to do is I need to be able to go live from my page. I need to be able to go live from my page, and people need to be able to see it that follow me from my page and share it that way, because that way the people that follow me can share it and then come to my page like that. I need to be able to do it myself. I really feel like that's where I'm at right now. It's like I need to be able to have a live by myself, not by myself, but on my own page. That way I can share it with other people and hopefully get some people, jumping in the comments or whatever, and have the discussions with them. Because I feel like otherwise, I'm not really going to be able to get the ball rolling on those sort of discussions. So, that's kind of where I'm at with it right now. Let me see. Yeah, but I saw that she was in the TikTok live. I saw her there. Let me do the medieval. Get me. Um, I'm trying to. Oh, there we go. Let's see if that works. There we go. So maybe we could just have a little bit of background music popping off there. You need at least 1,000 followers on TikTok. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, is realizing that I need a lot more followers. I've gone live before. I have gone live before, and it worked. It was fine. I did it when I had my pups. Um, so I know that I can go live. It let me go live. Um, so I was just testing it out to see if it would allow me to do it. But as far as like doing the lives in the way that I see other people do them, that I don't know if it'll allow me to do. But I figure if it lets me go live, it should let me do that. I just don't know how to set it up like that. So that's something I still need assistance with, is getting it to be able to have that sort of setup. If you can set it up that way, you can have like your backgrounds and so like in this way, I just have like the image popped up behind me showing what I'm discussing, and people can, engage with it. Your name on TikTok is so funny. Jimin's bussy lips is so stupid. That is so freaking funny. Man, I don't care. I earned 7 cents. I earned 7 cents from from going live on TikTok. Yeah, so I probably won't stay live on here too much longer. I would normally, but I want to get the heck out of my work clothes, and two, I want to exercise. Um, yeah, so I think today was unfortunately just kind of a bust. Ideally, maybe we can get something going over the weekend. I'm expecting to be out of town though, possibly Sunday. So maybe I'll come back here Saturday and head out Sunday morning, and because I want to go fishing, and I was planning to do that this weekend, because if I don't do it this weekend, next weekend will be the week going into my birthday, and I'm okay with doing it then. So maybe I reschedule, but ideally I would like to do it this weekend, maybe do it next weekend as well. Don't really know. I'm kind of weighing the options out, but at the very least, I really would like to go fishing, because if the fish aren't biting up there when I go up this week, they probably ain't gonna be biting next week when I go up there. But I don't know. I really don't want to rush it, so I might just end up going fishing up the street from here, just to do it. So That's kind of where I'm thinking right now, and maybe I'll just go fishing on my birthday, stay up there. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's a mixed bag right now. You know, there's a lot going on. So hopefully I'm able to get something going, um, to where I can, you know, do lives on here and have those discussions. But I just don't know. I don't know. I'm going to have a guest on here where we can talk about that kind of thing. And I don't know. Maybe I'll hit my brother up and we can talk about those kinds of things. Because he said he wants to do that in person, so he doesn't want to do anything virtually. So I don't know. I don't know anybody who wants to have this conversation, who wants to have this discourse. Um, you know, I can think of one person, but I'm like, it wouldn't be constructive at all. You know, and I really just feel like I would just feel negative after having a conversation sometimes. So I don't know. You know, sometimes you just kind of have to, you know, you have to take the L's, and that's okay. I was excited about doing the live today, um, but I never expected to pop off on YouTube. It just never does, because this isn't where people go for this. They go to TikTok for that. So YouTube isn't the platform for this. Um, so where it kind of is right now is just like, because even the crazy part about it is that as controversial as this picture is, you would think somebody would click on this and then leave a comment, but nobody has even done that. So that's how you know, like, this doesn't pop off on YouTube. Like, so you take this and you do it on TikTok simultaneously. But seeing that they weren't able to get it going on TikTok, they weren't able to get the live really moving, just kind of shows that they're having troubles on that side as well. So that's just how the nature of the game goes, and it's okay. But yeah, it's no big deal. You just got to figure it out. Try to figure out something over the weekend, because my stuff is working fine over here. And it's hard when you're competing with other big platforms. You're big platformers. You know, they're big time streamers and content creators, and when they're all going live at the same time as you, and you're the little guy, you gotta let that go. You gotta let that go. It's not gonna happen. So I think that's really what happened with Mike and them tonight, was that they got caught up in that you know, in that wave of people who were simultaneously live while they were live. So it's nice to be able to be a guest while they're doing their stream, but it is unfortunate that they weren't able to get it going in the way they wanted. So we'll just have to try again next time. No big deal at all. Happens to the best of us. So let me see, what time is it? It's 8:50. I mean, I was okay with kind of hanging out just a little bit, but since I didn't notify anybody that I was going live today, I don't expect anybody to like pop in and say hello, especially on a Thursday, like a Thursday night. So I'm not really expecting anybody that I'm not expecting, if I wait for somebody, they're gonna pop in. So I kind of don't even want to really wait around. I've been live for a couple hours, I think. Maybe, yeah, almost 2 hours, I think. So I don't think anybody's going to stop by and say hello, although I'd like to wait for them. Yeah, so it's one of those things to where, like I said, I wasn't necessarily going live on YouTube so people could come to the YouTube and talk. I was going live on YouTube to be able to record the conversation that was happening over on TikTok. And I wasn't able to get that to work, unfortunately, but since you were able to hear it, I was still going to be able to like use it to show the conversation I was having with, you know, Trump supporters, debating Trump supporters, and having that back and forth. You were at least going to be able to see and hear the conversation. Whereas before, that footage is just, it's there, but you can't hear anything that they're saying. And I didn't screen record it. Maybe I could go to their page and like download the file of the audio and try to overlay it. But I'm like, the amount of work that it would have taken to do that would have immediately made it not worth it. Like I'll just do something else. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get back to posting content, but I just really haven't had the motivation to do it. So you got to just kind of accept that. It's just like I got to do the research, I got to do the prep, I have to do the actual video, then I have to post it to all my platforms, and I have to actually feel it. Like I got to be inspired and motivated to do the content instead of just feeling like I'm doing it just to do it. Um, so I don't know. There's stuff that I could talk about, but I really just haven't wanted to. Like, or I haven't wanted to more than I wanted to just not do it. Like, just to chill. Like, really just like after work, I just be so mentally tired. And it's just because of what I do for work. Like, it's you just come home and you like, I don't want to be on social media. I don't really want to make a video. I don't want to have to listen to the comments. I don't want to have to reply to anybody. I don't want to have to do the research for the video. I don't really want to have to record the video. I don't want to have to edit the video. I don't want to have to do the thumbnail and then upload it on all the different platforms. Like coming back from work to do that, it takes at least 2 hours out of my day to do one video because my videos are so like a lot. It's a lot of research that goes into them. It's a lot of editing that goes into them. It's a lot of stopping, putting up graphics, putting up images, putting up, quotes. It's a lot of that. So it's not like I'm just coming home and just talking into my camera. Like it's a lot of work that I have to do for each video. And so to come home from work while being tired to record and do more work, I ain't been feeling it. I'm not gonna lie. There's multiple videos. I have an entire list of videos that I'm supposed to do, and I have not wanted to do them. I think if I don't go fishing over this weekend, I will do those videos though, because I'll have more time. I have a 3-day weekend, 2 back-to-back 3-day weekends, so there's at least that. 2 back-to-back 3-day weekends and 2 back-to-back 4-day work weeks. I'll have more energy to do stuff. So, but yeah, I appreciate you for hanging out with me this whole time, it does mean a lot. Hopefully, I can get people into the next one. Ideally, I'll do one this weekend. I'm thinking more to myself that I likely won't end up going all the way up north to fish. So I should be home Saturday. Maybe I'll do a stream Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. So just be on the lookout for that. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. And yeah, we'll be good. We'll be good. We'll try again, and maybe in a couple of days. I'm optimistic. I know it's rare, but I'm optimistic. So I think we'll be all right. But appreciate you, A. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and hopefully I'll see you in a couple of days. See ya. Bye.